In this video, we will learn how to format a simple column chart. Though the formatting concept we will discuss here can be applied to other charts as well. So we have seen some formattings in earlier video, but let's see them in details right now. So if I select this chart, or let's move the table down and move it here, right? So if I double click, let's say here, I can double click and the chart editor will open. So let's see all these options one by one. So let's move to chart style. So we have seen how we can change the background color from here. So you want to change background color. Let's say I want gray. You can change it. Let's say I want borders to be black. So now as you can see, the border is black and the background is gray. Let's double tap again. Here, customize chart style. Now if you want it 3D, it is in 3D, but I guess the 2D was better. You can change the fonts from here. If you choose Arial, let's choose some other. Yeah, it is better. Now, moving to the others, if you want to change chart title, you can change the chart title. If you want to change the horizontal axis title, vertical axis title, or if you want to add a subtitle to this chart, you can add a subtitle as well. Let's say sales for shirts and pants. And let's say add it in center. So as you can see, so if I want to change color for this, let's add black. It looks better, or let's change it to gray. Yeah, it looks better. So you can reduce the font size. Let's say 12. Yeah, it is better. So this is how you can format it. If you want to change the format of these data points, go to the series. Now here you will see apply to all series, or if you want to apply to shirts, if you want to apply to pants, let's edit shirts first. So I don't want this blue color of shirt. I want to change it. Let's change it to green. Yeah, the green looks good. You can change the opacity as well. So here's the opacity. It is 100% right now. Let's make it 50%. Yeah, it looks better right now. Let's make it to 70. Now, if you want to change the line color, let's say I want it dark green and I want the opacity to be 70%. Now, there's a line thickness option as well. If you want it to be solid line, if you want it to be dotted line, let's say if you want dotted line, it is a dotted line. It looks weird. Let's use solid line. And if you want to increase the thickness, 4 pixels really good. Now if you want to change the axis, you can change the axis as well. So it is right axis, left axis. So the point is that if you want to change the axis, if you add right axis, you can compare these values, that now this value of shirt is in right axis and the value of pants is in left axis. So if you want it in left axis, so all these values are in left axis. So moving forward, if you want to add error in this bar, you can add an error bar. You can change the value. Let's say error will be 5%. So it is plus minus 5%. If it is in constant, if it is a standard deviation, you can add percent. Let's remove it. Similarly, if you want data labels, you can add data label. Now it is showing me the values. It is 60, 983 and so on. You can add position of these values. You can add type as well. You can add the font. You can make it bold, or you can change the text color as well. Let's make it black. Similarly, if you want to change pants, you can change them as well. Let's say pants. If you want to change the color, let's say you want this color, or let's say you want another color. Let's say, yeah, it looks good. You can also add a line color as well. Now this looks better. You can add the line thickness, or let's change the opacity to 90%. So this is how you can add format to it. Let's move to the data labels. If you want to add data labels for pants as well, you can add them. Let's add data labels. If you don't want them, or if you want to change the position, you can change the position. Let's say inside, or let's say center. Yeah, so you can change the font as well. Let's use narrow. Text color will be, let's use white. White looks better. Similarly, if you want to edit legends, we have seen legends, but if you want to change the legends, let's say if you want to change the position of the legends, bottom, left, right, let's try left. Yeah, the center one was better, so I'll use auto. This was better. If you want them bold, you can add bold. If you want them italics, bold was good. Now let's see other formatting. So we have horizontal axis. So this is our horizontal axis, which has Jan, Feb, March, April and May. So if I want to edit them, go to horizontal axis. If you want to make them bold, let's make them bold. If you want to make them italic, let's make them italic. Or if you want to reverse the axis order, so it is May, April, March, and it doesn't look good, right? So if you want to change it or rotate it, let's rotate it 60. Now it looks better. Let's change the text color from black to a little gray. Yeah, this is better. Similarly, you can format the vertical axis as well. So this is our vertical axis. We have values here. If you want to, let's say, bold the values, they are bold. If you want to, the italics looks better. If you want to change the text color to gray, it is now better. Let's increase the font size. If you want to show the axis lines, click on show axis line. it adds the axis line. We have a scaling factor as well. Let's say if I want 0.1, and let's say if I want default, so the scaling. And if I want this data in a log scale, I can use the log scale as well, but the normal was better. Similarly, we can also format the grid lines and ticks. So if I may add a major tick, so it is a tick, so it shows that these values for Jan, Feb, and so on. So tick position is cross. If you want to add inside, it is inside. If you want to add outside, it is outside. And cross is crossing the line. The length is auto. If you want 24 pixel, it is 24 pixel. You want to change the line color, you can change the line color as well. Let's add white. It doesn't look good. Let's say black was better, so black. If you want to change the thickness, you can change the thickness as well. 8 pixels. Yeah, it is much wider. 2 pixel. 2 pixel looks good. Similarly, you can change the vertical axis as well. So grid lines for vertical axis. You have the major spacing type. You have the minor spacing type. So if you want to change the count, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. If you want to change it to, let's say 5, we have 5 now. If you want to change it to, let's say 10, we have the 10 lines now. Similarly, if you want to change the minor spacing as well, let's say 10, so we have minor spacings as well, but it doesn't look good. So I will use auto again, and auto for this as well, or none. Yeah, so this spacing was better. We can also choose the grid lines. So we have grid lines automatic color. If I use white for grid lines, so these are white but does not look good. So if I use gray, so gray looks good. We have minor grid lines. So these are the minor grid lines. If you want major tick as well, so this kind of tick here as well, you can add the tick. If you want minor tick as well, you can add the minor tick as well. So this is how you can format your charts, and you can format any kind of chart similarly, just like we have formatted this column chart. In later video, we will see more types of chart. We will see pie chart and other charts. You can format them similarly how we have formatted this column chart. Now we will move to the next video. Thank you.